We are in our journey series. We're in our journey series. And just to recap, the definition that we're using is journey, progress from one stage to another. And yesterday we dug into the origins of the word, right? Of journey. And it's a day's time and a day's work. And we often don't think about journey as such, right? As a journey in a day, not your whole life, right? Day by day by day by day. Each day is a journey. And that just feels so doable. It just feels so much friendlier to me. So I really like that. And we also talked about journey as progress. Journey as progress, right? And progress is a further or higher state, right? And that what came to me this morning is we could look at progress as a spiritual practice, right? And I shared yesterday that I prefer the energy of progress better than the energy of productivity. Productivity to me feels harsh and feels hard, but progress feels gentle and kind for me. So, spiritual practice, using progress as a spiritual practice, is what I am incorporating into my spiritual practice every day. And so I started how I am implementing that is I'm really looking at my lists that I create every day. I create a to-do list of all the things that I need to get done in that day, Nan. And it's usually a very ambitious list, right? And oftentimes when I review it at the end of the day, most of the things I didn't get done, right? And so the way that I'm holding it now is all that I need to do is make progress. Let's just make progress, right? So that's what I'm playing with now. That's what I'm playing with now. And I had the experience of taking in that state of consciousness yesterday as I went through my day. And so I want to share a little bit of that. And before I do that, I just want to throw out there again what I read in yesterday's 365 days of richer living. It was from December 1st. This one sentence rocked my world. This one sentence: never let doubt create detours. Ah, I wrote that down on a card and I have it posted in my office so it could stay in my visual space. Never let doubt create detours. Yes, yes, yes. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. So yesterday, with that in mind, right? Never letting doubt create detours and being in the higher vibration of progress for me, I was observing myself throughout the day as I went about doing my work, right? And so one of the things I want to share this quick story. Quick story. So one of the things that I've been working on that's on my to-do list every single day, right? Every single day for the last, I want to say 2 weeks. This has been on my to-do list. So we're working on the website for the center for Rockland CSL. We're working on updating the website. And we've been having meetings. And so we got to the point where we're working on the content, right? And so I have a big piece of the content to write up. And every day I was like, okay, I got to write this content. And every day I was like, eh, I write a little bit, but it wouldn't I really wasn't in the groove. I couldn't find my groove with it. So yesterday I said, you know what? We're just going to make progress. Just a baby step today. So I looked at the list of things that I need to have content for, and I picked one thing, right? And I know you're probably saying, of course, Rev Melissa, like, just pick one thing. That's what you would have told us, right? Take a baby step. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's what I wound up doing yesterday. Because prior to that, I was looking at the whole website, right? Like all of this has to get done. But how about today? We just do this one thing. Let's just do this one thing, right? So I did that one thing. And guess how long it took me to do it, y'all? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I have made up this whole storyline about how long this is going to take me and how difficult it's going to be, right? Talk about detours. I took lots of detours, right? It took 10 minutes to do this one piece. I said, okay, right? I got up, I did a little happy dance. I was feeling good. And I said, okay, let me do the next one, right? So I said, I'm going to do one more. So I did, right? 10 minutes. I said, oh, what is happening, right? So I had about 6 areas that I needed to develop content for. And so one of the areas was a big area, and it was big because I didn't have information about it. And it's about the history of Rockland CSL. So I said, okay, let me tackle the big one. Let me tackle the big one. I got those 2 done relatively quickly in 10 minutes. Let me tackle, because I had about like 5 hours left in my day around this. So I said, let me tackle this. Let me tackle the history. So a number of things happen. And this is a demonstration of how the universe takes care of the details. When we align ourselves with it, right? Right? When we align ourselves with it. So let me tell you the backstory of this. So we've been talking about, those of us at Rockland, the Leadership Council, we've been talking about the history of Rockland CSL. And there's different stories, right? And none of it really gels. And the information that's on our website currently about our history says the center was founded in 2005. But based on other conversations I was having with people over time, I knew that wasn't accurate, that the center had came into formation prior to that. And no one seemed to know the details of it. So I was talking to one of the members and she said, you know what? Check in with Ron. And Ron's not on here today. He's usually on. Check in with Ron because I think he was a part of the center prior to 2005. And definitely Bonnie was, right? So I said, okay, cool. So I called, and she told me this like a week ago, but I didn't take action on that. I didn't take action. So how many times we do that? We get information, right? And we don't take action. So I didn't take action a week ago. Yesterday, I said, you know what? Let me call Ron. So I called Ron, and we're having this conversation, and he has some information, and he tells me, but Bonnie definitely knows because she's been going to the center since the 80s. Since the 80s. We have on our website right now that it was founded in 2005. And he's telling me that Bonnie's been going since the 1980s. What? So now I'm like in it, right? It was like unsolved mysteries for me. It was like an episode of unsolved mysteries. I'm probably dating myself. So he said, check in with Bonnie. So I go, I'm going about, I'm doing some Google stuff and all this stuff. And then it dawns on me, wait a minute. Jan brought to the center on Sunday 2 boxes of documents that she's had from Reverend Jennifer, since Reverend Jennifer retired at the end of last year, right? And Jan and I have been like playing back and forth about getting these boxes. So last Saturday, I sent her a text saying, bring the boxes to service on Sunday, right? And she did. And now the boxes are in my house. And then yesterday it dawned on me, oh, shoot, I got these boxes. Let me go and just take a look. How come the very first envelope folder I picked up was the certificate of incorporation for the center? The very first folder I picked up. So I'm going through that and I'm finding out all this information that Rockland CSL was first named Church of Religious Science of Nyack. And it was founded by this man named Dominique Polifoni. I'm probably saying his last name wrong, right? And it was around 1985, right? So I'm looking at this document like, oh, shoot. And then the next document says name change to Nyack Church of Religious Science in 1986. I was like, what? And then the next document said name changed to Rockland CSL in, I want to say 2008. Right there, the history. So then I was like, well, who's this Dominique guy, right? Who's this Dominique guy? So Ron leaves me a voicemail message saying the founder is Dominique such and such, and he's giving me some information. I Googled the guy. There's a lot of Dominique Polifonies. One is a detective who helped solve the Iceman serial killer case. I was like, I don't think that's him. I don't think he solved the Iceman serial case. So I kept looking and looking and looking. Come across an obituary of the man. He just passed away, y'all, last April from COVID. The founder of the center. And in the obituary, it had all of the information that I needed to wrap up the story, the history of Rockland CSL. Right there. Right there. So all of that took about, let's say, an hour or so. And now I'm at my laptop and I'm just like flowing. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. Right? History done. History done. Because there was a consciousness of progress, doing one thing, and then trusting that the next thing will show up, that I will remember something, that someone will provide information, that I will be led to something. We so want to know the whole picture before we do anything. I need to stop doing that. That's what I told myself. Stop it. Stop it. Because when you just take that baby step, you are demonstrating that you are trusting that the next step, the next great thing, the next good thing would reveal itself. It is ever unfolding for us. Trust that. Have faith that it will. It will. But we have to put ourselves in the position to receive it. To receive it. It just, think about catching a bus. If you want to catch a bus, and you know, this is the bus stop right here on this corner, right? This is the bus stop. But you across the street down the block, guess what? You're going to miss the bus. Because the bus driver's not going to know that you want to get on the bus, right? The universe is telling us, take a step. I'll meet you there. I'm already with you. And then the next step will be revealed. Take that next step. Make progress, right? Make progress. Progress is furthering a state, to further a state. What state are we what state are we furthering? Furthering doubt or furthering trust? Furthering faith, furthering our intuition, furthering by taking progress, by showing up, by doing that one thing. Because we will make up a story, y'all. I made up a story. This was going to take forever. Those first two things took 10 minutes each. The history was waiting for me to discover it, right? All I had to do was take a step towards it. And then it took 100 steps towards me, because that's how God works. God is in the detail. We've heard that saying before, and it is the truth. God is in the details. Progress, progress, progress is one step at a time, trusting that the next will be revealed. So that's where I am today, y'all. That's where I am. Yes, Lindsay, trust, faith, and intuition. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. And you're right. I see you, Simone Lovejoy. We have to do our part. We have to do our part. We have to be engaged in the process of progress, right? We have to be engaged and do our part. Thank you, Nan. Yes, yes, it is the flow. It is the flow for sure. So if that happens for me, guess what? It happens for every one of us. So whatever you have present that you are thinking you need to figure out, cut it out. Cut it out. Because the universe already has it for you. It's already clear. Just do the next thing that your intuition is guiding you to do. Just do the next thing and trust that the next thing and the next thing will be revealed. And so it is. Amen. All right, y'all. All right. So we're living life in joy, right? Connected to our yes. I got my connect to my yes shirt on today. Yes, yes, yes. Making progress is saying yes. Making progress is saying yes. So I'm rocking the Connect to Your Yes long sleeve t-shirt. There's some of the Congregation of Joy modeling theirs. Yes, connect to your yes, living life in joy, the joy socks, the sip joy mugs, all of that you can find on Etsy at my Etsy store. Joy is a wonderful gift to give. So please consider giving from my joy merchandise. I really appreciate that. And the Joy, Joy, Joy socks, 100% of the proceeds goes to the Hero Ministry Movement. So just know that if you purchase a Joy, Joy, Joy sock, 100% of the proceeds goes to the Hero Ministry Movement. All right. Homework today, do one thing. Be in the energy of progress. Don't let doubt create a detour in your consciousness. Do one thing. All right? All right, y'all. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes. Ah, yes.